Hello, everyone. This is Sunstar and Spirit with your Timeless Tarot and Oracle card messages. So, viewer, if you are hearing this message, these messages may be for you and they should resonate for the most part. But if they don't, that's okay. You may want to go ahead and check out some of my other videos or, wait for the next video to get your attention. And that one may be for you. So, hopefully, these messages are resonant for the viewer. So, let's get into it. All right, we're going to start with this deck now. I've been using this other one, but I think we're going to do this giant tarot. I really like the giant cards. The images are really nice and visible. So anyway, viewer, here's one that wants to come out for you. Okay, so I'm getting the Nine of Wands energy. Okay, a little bit of defensive energy here, feeling a little bit burdened with a lot of work. So viewer, I'm sorry that this is happening. It seems like you're really on the defensive in the workplace, but I feel like you've been planting seeds as well in this workplace, right? Like planting some seeds for maybe some better opportunities. And you're just like, this poor guy, he's kind of beat up. He's just kind of done. He's put in enough time and effort and he wants his comeuppance. And so viewer, if this is you, these messages may be yours. So hopefully this will be helpful and, let's get further in. So what does this viewer need to know about this work situation, this Nine of Wands situation that's coming up for them? What for the viewer? What does the viewer need to know? Up the deck, okay. Two of Pentacles, okay. Okay, so with the Nine of Wands coming up initially and then the Two of Pentacles coming up, I'm really feeling like you're a little bit torn about so you put a lot of work into this particular job, and with the Two of Pentacles coming up, I almost feel like you have another opportunity available to you. It's not as much money, but it's a little bit less work. And so I don't know. I mean, this is something that you really have to decide how to balance, whether your time is more important to you or the money is more important to you. And I have to say, for me personally, I always feel like time is more important for me, with family, with friends, with things that I value to spend time on my own with. And so, for me, time is going to win as much as possible every time if I can afford it, right? And hopefully you can afford to make a decision where this other opportunity for your work actually will help you to get more time and less. It'll be a little bit less money. Like I said, it's all about making some compromises, I'm hearing, so you can make it work, but you can make it work. You just have to be willing to make the compromises, right? I feel like an animal spirit wants to come out here. So let's see what the message is for the viewer. What's the message for the viewer? This one wants to. Okay. Loyalty. So I feel like I hate to say it, viewer, but I think the answer is that to stay where you are, ride it out. I know it's a lot of work right now. I'm feeling like you're getting a lot of extra work, that you're not being compensated for this extra work that you're doing. So it's really making you sort of look at these other opportunities because you're just overwhelmed, right? Like you're, again, this poor guy's like all beat up. He's got like a bandage on his head. He's using a walking stick. He's just had it. So viewer, I think unfortunately for you, like I was saying, I would like to see somebody make a decision based on, wanting more time and value for their time rather than money. But sometimes like it is what it is and we need the money, right? Like money is a medium for us to have experiences. And sometimes that is more important, right? To facilitate more experiences, more opportunities for growth. And, with the dog loyalty card coming out, I really feel like the message here is stick it out, because it will benefit you to remain loyal to where you're at, where you're working, who you're working for, where you're working. They're going to start to realize how much work you're putting in. And, they're going to see that if they're not going to make good on what you put into it, then you're going to leave. And so they'll recognize it. It's just going to take them a little bit longer. So hang in there, okay? What else for the viewer about this job, sticking with the job? Is it going to be worth it? What can we tell the viewer? says be open to a communication from an unexpected place. Okay, so maybe you're sticking around at this job for a reason. There could be a reason that you're still supposed to stay there. And with staying there in this situation, you're showing loyalty, and sometimes that can lead to unexpected opportunities, right? And you'll probably get this message or communication from somebody who's been seeing how hard you're at work. Um, and so hopefully, with them recognizing things, you're going to get this communication from them that says, hey, we see what you're doing. We think you're doing a great job. We want you to continue, and maybe get that promotion, maybe get that raise. That's my hope for you, viewer, because I see how hard you're working. And that you want more time, but time is just not an option right now. It's really got to be about the money for your particular situation, viewer, and that's okay. I mean, like I said, money is basically a medium, a material to allow us to have more experiences. And so right now that just happens to be what's most important for you right now. And that's okay. Like I said. Okay, but I will say that it's more important for you to focus a little bit more on respecting your physical body, right? Detox, rejuvenate, relax, rest. So while you're, doing all this extra, you still have to try to find ways to take good care of yourself. That's how you're going to make it through, right? That's how you're going to be able to make it through this situation where you're doing way more than you want to be, than you need to be, but you're doing it because it's just you're being called to be the person who sort of like rises to the occasion, right? And even though there are other opportunities out there for you, the benefits will come if you stay loyal where you are, right? It's just a matter of putting a little bit more time in. They're going to reach out to you and say, hey, we see how hard you're working. We're going to make it right. We're going to make you whole, basically, and that it's going to be worth your time. So, and I would just say, like, if you can, and again, I'm getting like that, again, 9 of Wands energy from this card, big time. Like you can probably see all these sort of wands here and all these trees here, and they're bare and there's not much growth on them. If you don't take the time to take care of yourself, like your poor little bandaged head and your walking stick, you're like limping into work every day, basically. You got to take more time to take care of yourself, eat a little bit better, right? Like don't leave the house without, bringing your lunch or bringing some healthy snacks or something to get you through the day. Don't just like starve all day. Don't forget to eat because you're busting your butt all day, right? Like still take the time to take good care of yourself. And if you can, when you get out of work and you need to unwind, like make it relaxing, right? Like don't go home and do more. Go home and relax. Really give yourself like a solid hour. And I'm not talking about your commute where you're like, driving home and you're in traffic and stuff. That's not winding down, right? Winding down is being at home in your space where you feel relaxed and that you can feel comfortable, take all the work clothes off and relax, right? Take a shower, have a cup of coffee, like just chill out, right? When you get home and give yourself that time to recuperate from all the hard work you're doing. So I feel like another one of these wants to come out. So let's see what else. What else for the viewer? What else for the viewer? 9 of Wands viewer is working their butt off. Find your voice. Okay. Express yourself, open up, sing out. Okay. I'm sure you'd love to take a vacation to the mountains, wouldn't you, viewer? So, yeah, I mean, so this card really is another thing that needs to happen. So it may just not be that it's not in your best interest to wait for the people to notice that you're doing a good job. Okay. It's not just about them noticing, it's about you finding your voice and saying something and saying, hey, I'm doing all this extra. Are we going to make it right? Are we going to make me whole here? Like I'm giving way more time and effort than I'm being compensated for. My time's more valuable than what you're giving me. And find the words, find the right voice, right? Find the voice to express what you need so that they hear you and make right on it. Okay. Because it's not really fair that you're getting, sort of you're starting to feel used. So that's why you're looking for other opportunities for work. And even willing to take a pay cut because you just need more time. And so when you make your voice heard, right? When the time comes, make sure that's part of the conversation. It's like, hey, I need to have a life outside of this. I'm willing to work hard for you, but I need my time. I need my trip to the mountains for like a weekend so I can recuperate, right? That's just like mountain cabin energy that I'm getting. This is a vacation that you need, viewer. You've been working way too hard. Nine of Wands. All right, what else? What else for the viewer? What else for the viewer? Six of Swords. So, Six of Swords is about being on a journey, and things are kind of rough right now, and I'm getting that, right? Like, I totally am hearing you right now, viewer. You're working so hard, and things are just too rough right now. You really need a trip away, okay? Like, you need to travel somewhere to get away from it all, kind of thing. Um, because, Spirit is sort of trying to guide you to where things will be better. But I almost feel like you're so stuck in the work, right? Like you're so stuck in the work, you're not taking the time to get that clarity, right? When you rest and you take better care of yourself, you get better clarity, right, about your situation and what you should do, how things should move forward. And it's really about you finding your voice and saying, this is what I need, right? I'm giving so much and I'm not getting anything out of it, right? I'm not getting enough out of it to justify all of the work that I'm putting in. And so, this is really about you finding that voice. That's the journey right now for you, viewer, because you're just kind of taking it, right? Like you're letting them keep putting more on you and putting more on you. And you're like, I'll be fine. But we're not going to be fine if we keep doing that, right? Like Nine of Wands, you're all beat up already. You're already all beat up. You're time to take a break so you can get some clarity, find your voice so you can tell people what you need. Okay. What else for the viewer? This one. Okay. What else for the viewer? What else for the viewer today? What else? The last one. Okay. Six of Wands. Okay. So we're reducing the workload a bit, sort of reframing our goals about what we want the work to look like, right? Um, there's no doubt that you're a hard worker, viewer, and I really feel like you find a lot of satisfaction in your work. So it's not even so much the work is hard on you; it's the amount of time you're having to put in and giving up so much of your life to the job. So if the people are waiting to hear from you about what you need, like when you find your voice, you tell them like, this is something I love to do and I don't mind doing it, but I need more balance. I need that work-life balance, right? So reframe what you're reaching for here. Is it raise? Is it less hours? Because I really feel like when the time comes and you find your voice and they are open to hearing from you, right? And they give you this opportunity to kind of sound off on them, that it's about, it's not the work that I don't like. It's my work-life balance that's really way off and I need balance or else I can't do this job for you, right? Find that voice to tell them what you really need. And then, just so that way you're ready for it, like this is what you need to do. Figure out what you're actually reaching for. Is it more time off? Is it more money? And I realized that, prior to this and the reading, it's like, I really feel like the money is the reason why you're so motivated. But I think deep down, you really like the work. I think you like to be busy. I think you like to do a lot of stuff. But so it makes it hard for you once you get into that gray area of like, when is it too much work, right? When is it going to be too much for me? When am I going to burn out? And you don't want to burn out, right? Like you want to have enough to go around, right? You want to have enough for you to be okay. You want to have enough for your work to be okay. And you want to still be able to express what you need. And, I really feel like spirit is guiding you toward that and just saying, this is your lesson. Find out how to express what you need so you can find the better goals that you really want to reach for in this work. And that it's not just about doing more hours or getting more money or less hours and less money and all that stuff. There's more to it than that, right, viewer? Um, so let's see, how else is spirit helping the viewer? This one, okay. So again, I've got Six of Pentacles, which tells me that you really do need this balanced money to come in. Okay. So I get it, viewer. I totally get it. You need the money. That's totally, I mean, it's just like I said, it's just the part of our reality that nobody really likes, but we have to deal with it. To like be able to have experiences and have things that we need to take care of ourselves. And so I get it. You're looking for the balance of money, and that's what you should ask for. So like when it comes time, just tell them, I need the money. I need more money. I don't mind the work. I don't mind the time. It's the money I need, right? And if the money's not there, that's the only time that I would say like it's time to move on. But you know, give them your loyalty as long as you can. Get that opportunity to express what you need, and just come right out and tell them. Say, listen, all this time I'm putting in, I need more money. That's just what I need to improve my life and to like justify being here and giving you so much of my time. So yeah, that Six of Pentacles really does answer that for me, for you, viewer. Like, yeah, the money is more important, and it's not so much the time. I really feel like you don't really have a lot of things keeping you from giving more time. Like, you don't have kids, you don't have, you know, even I don't. I think you're probably single, viewer, and so you have a lot of time to give. And so while you have this time, make hay while the sun shines, right? Like, make the money while you can. And that's what I think is really clear here is like you're just working too hard, you're not getting paid and compensated enough, and you need to make it known to the powers that be, you know, or whoever you work for or whatever you do. If you need to raise your prices because you work for yourself, if you need to talk to your boss about a raise or a promotion so you can get paid properly for the job you're doing, right? Um, yeah, let's get an outcome for the viewer. What is the outcome for the viewer? What is the outcome? So when the time comes and they ask for their more money and the time's not really a bother, maybe more vacation days, right? Like maybe more vacation days would be nice too. So even if they can't totally meet you in the middle with the money, maybe some vacation time would help you, viewer. So what's the message? Okay, so I've got Five of Wands energy, and the Five of Wands just tells me that, viewer, you can't worry about creating chaos by expressing what you need. Spirit really needs you to find your voice here. This is the lesson you're supposed to be learning. So as much as you want things to be like peaceful and not chaotic, um, don't let that, don't let that control your moving forward with this, with moving through this, like requesting a raise or like whatever it is. You cannot let the potential of chaos stop you, right? So like you're worried you might get fired. You're worried that, I mean, they need you. That's why you're there working all those hours. And yeah, they could replace you, but that's not good enough for you to just stop yourself from saying what you need. And so the potential outcome is that you don't say anything and you keep working really hard. Something tells me you're going to have a lot more bandages around your head, viewer, if you don't express what you really need here. So Spirit is saying that there's a potential here that you don't speak up. And I'm telling you, you will regret it if you don't. Because the potential or the what ifs that keep us back are, they're nothing but ego telling us that we can't do something. Okay. So don't let that win. Okay. Remember how much peace you have inside of you. And when you have what you need, what that feels like. Do you even remember what it feels like to relax, viewer? Do you remember what it feels like to relax and like be at peace within yourself? Don't worry about all the other chaos that it may create. And it may even be that you're worried about some coworkers as well. And that's what I'm hearing. But you know what? They are not the ones doing all the hard work that you are. And so they haven't earned it the way you have. You've put the time in. You have shown your loyalty to this company, to this job, to this work that you're doing. And so, viewer, what they think or feel doesn't matter, right? You're doing your own thing. And the people that are around you at work may not like it. They might not like that you get promoted, or they might not like that you get a raise. You don't have to tell them. Don't tell them. Promotion, you can't really hide that from coworkers. But if you're just getting more money for the hard work that you're doing to kind of like maybe fill somebody's shoes or something like that, you don't have to tell them about it. If they find out somehow, then you just kind of go along and just like deal with the fact that it could be a little rough, but you're heading towards a better place for yourself, which is the most important thing. It's not about them being happy with themselves. It's about you being happy with what you need and finding a way to express that properly, right? So viewer, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you take care. Get that raise, right? Get the raise. Don't hold yourself back, viewer. All right, take care. Bye-bye.